Now, traveling is super fun, right? But does the idea of traveling alone, especially as a woman, give you some pause? My next guest has some food for thought on the value of traveling. Alexa West is the author of One-Way Ticket Planned, Find and Fund Your Purpose While Traveling the World. And Alexa joins me now.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi. And I'm loving this pink
I know.
theme that we have with your book cover, and you're looking fabulous.
We're on brand.
We're very on brand today. So walk me through, how did you get started on traveling and kind of coming up with this book idea?
Yeah, so after college, I left on a one-way ticket.
Wow.
And a lot of people were like, oh, did you want to avoid the corporate world? And I was like, no, I was broke. I was broke, and I knew that I didn't want to just go into like a 9-to-5. So I traveled, and I started with $200 in my pocket.
Wow.
And I found programs to fund my travels. And I turned that into 10 years of travel solo. And then I wrote this book.
That is so amazing. And did something happen in your life? I heard there was a breakup maybe in there too that kind of pushed. Can you walk us through some of that?
Sure. So, you know, a lot of girls go to college and they're like, you know, what's your major? What do you want to do with your life?
Yes.
And at 18, 19, how are we supposed to know? So after college, I was like, I know that I like this guy that I'm dating, and I'm just gonna marry him. And I'll figure the rest out later. And then he gave me the best gift, which is dumping me.
Wow.
And he broke up with me, and then I was like, now what am I gonna do? But I had walked by an office on campus for the Peace Corps, which is a volunteer program. So he dumped me. I think I cried for like a day, and then I was like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. And so I went to the Peace Corps office and I signed up, and that's kind of how it all started. So this program, it's an American volunteer program. It pays for your flight, your housing, language program. So I was sent to Bulgaria for 2 years. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think back and I'm so grateful, because I think of who I am now. I'm 35 and I've never been married. I'm in a great relationship. But I think back and I'm so grateful that he broke up with me, because yeah, I'm at a different point. So I'm really just trying to encourage girls to, before you make those big decisions, to travel. It's a different world now. Like, we don't need to rush into these relationships after college. Just travel first.
I think that's such amazing advice that so many people in kind of that 18 to 25 sweet spot, you know, you think just everything you're seeing on social media, like I need to get married, I need to do this and that. And, you know, as we all know, comparison is the thief of joy. So I like this, get out and go. So what are some of your favorite places, or how do you find places that you feel like are safe to travel to? Yeah,
you know, safety is like one big concern, which it should be. It's very valid.
Right.
And you know how sometimes you hear people say like, be fearless. And I say no, like you need your fear. You need to be walking down an alley somewhere and be like, hey, this is kind of scary. I need to turn around. So you need your fear. So definitely don't try and do the fearless thing, but pick your destinations based off of how safe they are, which is what I've done. So I started in Bulgaria, and after that I moved to South Korea as a teacher for 2 years.
Wow.
South Korea, again, these contracts, they paid for my flights, my housing, I got a salary, I got health insurance, and it was extremely safe in South Korea. And then I just kind of kept going around Asia. So I love Southeast Asia for solo female travelers.
Okay, good to know.
Lots of time in Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Bali.
Wow.
Yeah, and so you can pick where you go based off of safety, as you should. We're not just like, you know, wandering into the Amazon rainforest without a guide. We're not going to we're not throwing a dart at the map and just showing up and like hoping for the best. Like, I have been choosing my destinations based on safety, and I have a lot of resources in the book that helps you kind of figure out like if you say, I have this dream of going to Peru, there's resources that you can look up and say, where's the safest place in Peru? So you're not just doing some crazy thing, you're really choosing based off of statistics, word of mouth, other solo female travelers. Yeah. Definitely.
And what do you want some of the other takeaways to be when people read your book?
I know that a lot of people, their first criticism is, but you can't afford it. Like, travel is expensive.
Yes, yeah.
I'm telling you, like, I left broke, and I was broke for years because I just was, and I eventually, you know, found my purpose and found a way to make money off of my purpose, and I'm not broke anymore, which was great. But there are so many opportunities that will really help you to travel. And I'm not talking about a vacation. I'm not talking about like a resort vacation. I'm talking about travel, like being a local, getting into local life. And living in Seattle is a little expensive.
Yes,
but
for sure.
Yeah, but the other places that I've lived are not so expensive. So you can also kind of turn up and down your cost of living based off of where you choose to travel. But it is a lot more affordable than people think it is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, when you said that you had $200 in
I
your pocket and
know.
were able to do all this traveling that you're just always going to have,
Yeah.
for the rest of your life is incredible. And if there was one place, which I feel like is a very, very hard question for people, but I'm going to put you on the spot with
Okay.
it. Do you have a favorite place that you're like, oh my gosh, and traveling solo to keep in mind?
It's pretty easy. Thailand.
Wow. Okay, this is really on my list.
Thailand.
This is like
Is it?
top on my list.
Have you ever heard someone be like, oh, I've already done that country? I hate that because I go to Thailand. I mean, I lived there for a long time. I go back a few times a year. Every trip is different.
Wow.
Thailand is incredible. You have the jungles of the north, you have Bangkok, which is such an exciting city, you have islands, you have beaches, and it is so safe for solo female travelers.
That is so incredible. And any more advice you feel like for anyone beginning the process of traveling solo, alone, maybe they're going through a life event like you, a breakup, who knows?
Yeah, a breakup. I mean, that's like the best time to travel. The best way to get over a guy is just to travel away. Really read the book. Read the book. Like, I have gone through every kind of life phase of travel that you can think of, and wherever you are, if you are in college and high school wanting to know what to do next, if you're 35 and getting divorced, if you are later down the road and your kids have just left and you're an empty nester, it is never too late to go find yourself or re-find yourself.
I love this. Thank you so much for being here. It was amazing to have you. And just a reminder, Alexa is holding an author event Tuesday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. at Third Place Books and Seward Park.